Hey, feasters, and welcome to episode 208. Are you in the proposal writing business? If not, then you shouldn't be answering RFPs. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to respond to them. Welcome to the Ask Rezzz podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm here to help you get past those bumps in the road, those struggles, those things that hold you back from building an amazing and profitable freelance business each and every single day. RFPs, or requests for proposals, are something as a freelancer or consultant, especially if you were just by yourself at this point, you should completely stay away from. Look, I'm at fault of this too. I've answered a few during my career, but I could probably count on one hand how many I did. And that was, to be honest with you, at the very, very beginning of my career. An RFP is a document that talks about the project and asks you to write a proposal on how to solve that problem. Basically, what's your solution to that project? In the previous 2 episodes, you learned to protect your sales process and your business by only pushing value buyers and those that give you a firm yes at the end of the sales call to the proposal stage. RFPs are the complete opposite of this. In short, responding to an RFP has you reading through a document explaining the project from the perspective of the company and then drafting up a proposal with your time estimates, milestones, due dates, company history, and any questions that you have to bid on the project. Then the company shows all of the responses to whoever makes that decision and then selects what they feel is the best option. If you are responding to RFPs, this is the epitome of the proposal writing business. If a buyer presents you an RFP, full stop, protect your time, protect your profits. You're not making any money by responding to an RFP. Simply say that before we get into this, it's not my policy to do speculative work. Because that's exactly what an RFP is. It's speculative. You are speculating on the project based on what is in that document. You have no customer input, surveys, data, or your own research to help you build a proper solution to the problem. Now look, you may say, hey Jay, look, how do you even respond if you're in a conversation, in a sales call with somebody who's asking you to respond to that RFP? Well, simply put, ask them if they are a gambler. Ask them how important this project is to them. Ask them what it is worth to them to solve this problem. Look, they are asking you to fit into their process. So, likewise, you can ask them specific questions to see if it's even worth it for you to put them into your process. These are appropriate questions to ask the lead that insists on the RFP process. The lead has to be a gambler. Otherwise, they wouldn't be hanging themselves out there asking companies to build and present solutions without any conversations or any research into the problem for free. These 2 questions refocuses the conversation you are having at that time with the lead to get clarity around the project and what they are asking you to do. You can further pursue it by elegantly and tactfully, not offensively, asking them if the other companies that are pitching have interviewed customers or have interviewed the sales people to figure out what the challenges are. Simply say, look, chances are you are going to say no. And since you are asking people for free work, they are just going to come up with the answers on their own. They may hit it, they may not. But that's why I asked if you were a gambler or not. When you find yourself in this situation, take some time, not a lot of time, but explain your process and why it's important to them and solving their specific and unique problem. This is where that clarity can hit them like a ton of bricks, because you can emphasize that You can give them a cookie cutter solution, but what happens then when that cookie cutter solution, which is merely an assumption, doesn't work? They will have to then go back to whoever approved the bid and backtrack. Explain to them that without your process, what they're asking for is companies to answer from 1,000 miles away, not an inch close, and not looking at all the aspects of the project. The best thing that they are going to come up with is, well, it's superficial, it's aesthetics, because that's really how deep they are only able to go. There are no reference points to what is going to be the most effective solution to help them get more sales, build a brand, code an application, etc. The lead and committee are making a decision purely on a gut feeling without the person who's actually responding to the RFP, having a true understanding of what's going to work. This is where you share those things, and that you need to understand what the key metrics are and the goals are for success. What are those trigger points for the customers to buy in? These things can only be known through conversation with you, your team, potential customers. These are all valid responses and statements that you can share with that lead. It's not offensive. It's just the reality of the conversation. Then it's really just a matter of summing up and echoing back everything the lead said to you, and leave them thinking about their process of the RFP and what the solution is for their project. Simply say, so as much as I would like to work with you on this X dollar project, I can't from this point of view. I can't tell you with confidence that anything I would say would work. Then just sit in that awkward silence. In this short statement, you echo back what they say it's worth to them to solve the problem. Remember the questions at the top of the show? You are also planting the seed that if the other companies are not asking these things, then maybe they aren't as good as they say they are, and the lead rather is not going to get the proper solution. Keep in mind, you are not in the business to write proposals. You are in the business to solve problems successfully for your clients and in turn make money and profits from that. If you have a question, ask Rezzz. That's me, by leaving me a tweet at Rezzz on Twitter, or head on over to Rezzz.com. There are a ton of free resources on my website for you to take a look at, tailor, and use for your own business. Until next time, it's your time to live in the feast.